falling through the mist of sorrow that surrounded me. The sun could never
FX welcomes you back live here in Richmond, Virginia, and we've had a rain delay, and then we got the race started, and then after 66 laps, you see what's happening now. So people are waiting it out, and we're hoping that NASCAR will make a determination one way or another and try to get the Pontiac Excitement 400 in. In the meantime, let's go down to Dick Berger. He's with Dave Blaney. Had a good run last week. Dick?
Yeah, but you know, these Winston Cup drivers, none of these guys make enough money. They all make $1 million a year or more. So Dave Blaney went out and bought himself a race car track so that he could pad his wallet a little bit more. Sharon Speedway, how's it going so far as a new track owner?
Well, opening night was tonight, and I got some reports we had a big crowd, but I need to confirm that.
What was your weather?
It was good up there. I think we're the only rain here.
What was the weather last week when it was supposed to be opening night?
Nah, rain. Not
really. What does a promoter do when it rains at a little short track like yours?
I don't know. I'm not a promoter. I guess you look at the people in the stands and count your money. I don't know.
Count your losses anyway, huh? You had a good run last week. What's cooking? That car just looked terrific.
Well, we're getting better and better. Our team, we're inching along and making strides. Sometimes it's slower than what you want, but we are. And man, the first half of this race, we went forward fast, and then we went backwards just as fast.
How can you do that? How can in one run you go forward and then backward?
I don't know. That's what I was asking Ryan. How can we do that?
Ryan's your crew chief, Ryan Pemberton.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how we were so good and then got so bad, but we needed the rain. We need to fix that thing and go back racing.
You need a pit stop?
Yeah, we pitted and changed air pressure a little bit, and we'll see what it does. But, yeah, we're still a little confused.
Well, we are too. We keep thinking it's going to stop raining, and it keeps raining. To Matt.
Well, Dick, tomorrow, Tiger Tom Baldwin Sr. will line up for battle in the NASCAR Featherlight Modifieds. Tonight, his son. You finished second here a couple of times with the old man in the Modified, didn't you?
Yeah, you know, we've had some success here in the past in the Modifieds, and, you know, cars are running real good. The Cat cars are running real good tonight, and, you know, it's a brand new car, in-house car, and from the ground up we built back at the shop. And first lap on the track, I knew it was going to be a good car, just the attitude of the car. And after qualifying, we didn't do much. We just untaped it and changed a little left rear spring there, and had a good happy hour and left the car alone all night. You know, in my mind, I said that's a good baseline. And you know, the car really took off in the beginning. He was just riding at the end there, and real pleased. If I didn't hit 100 lug nuts in the back, we probably would have come out ahead of the 2 in the 30. But I think we're good enough to get back by him today. We're real calm today. It's been an awesome weekend for the Cat 22 Dodge, and I hope it just keeps going. You know, I don't know what the weather's going to do, but we'll race tomorrow probably.
Now, you told me this is a brand new race car, but back in the Modifieds, you had a couple brand new race cars that you debuted. I think one was called the Fisher for some reason. That was a very fast race car in its debut.
Yeah, we had 2. We had a car that we called the Bronx Bomber that me and my dad and about 4 other of us put together. We bought it, and the guy owned it, who owned it was in the Bronx, and about 40-50 miles from our hometown, and they towed it down in a tow truck with a dolly, and the thing was just wheeling there. It pulled up to the shop. Me and my dad looked at each other and went, oh no. But we worked day and night for about three days straight on it, and got it to the racetrack, set on the pole, and won the race, led every lap at Riverhead Raceway, a big tour race we had there. And we called that the Bronx Bomber. The Fisher, I built the body on the 8 car with Steve Park driving the Sunoco car, and it was a real wide car. I built a lot of downforce in it, so I thought back then. And Park looked at it and goes, man, that thing looks like a snowplow. And Fisher snowplows from up north, and we'll just call it the Fisher. And that thing won a lot of races also. But you know, some good old times there. The Modifieds are going to be running the Spring Sizzler tomorrow at Stafford Motor Speedway, and I'm real excited. We're going to be testing in a couple weeks at the Thompson Speedway with the Cup car on a Monday and Tuesday. Do some testing, and I'm real excited about getting back to my home roots there and seeing that track and seeing some people. But you know, real happy with the Cat car. Cars run real good, and looking forward to getting this race on the way.
He's also excited because next Saturday night, Mike, Tommy Baldwin Jr. will marry Beth Bruce in Charlotte, North Carolina.
And I'd like to say hi to her because she's back home she got operated on back on Wednesday. Hope she's doing good. I'll see you when I get home.
Mike?
Thanks, Matt. Well, what Tommy will be doing tomorrow on what should have been his day off is racing. They have finally stuck a fork in this. We're done for tonight. we're going to go racing tomorrow and pick up where we left off?
Well, I think we'll be glad. I think we come. I'm glad as we can be under the circumstances. I don't think we'd ever get the thing dry again tonight. And tomorrow it's going to be sunny. It's going to be a beautiful day, about 70 degrees. I think the guys will be happy. I think we'll get a great show.
Now, Richmond, like many communities, have what in the East are called blue laws, and you can't fire engines or make any of that kind of noise before 12 noon.
Yeah, I think that's the deal. I think probably we'll start the race around noon tomorrow is what I've been hearing. So I don't know that that's official, but that's what I've been hearing.
11:30 pre-race here on FX for our pre-race show, and then we'll pick up at 66 laps complete of 400 tomorrow. So glad you folks could join us on our long day's journey into night. We're going to fix breakfast and send you back down to I think it's almost breakfast time, back down to the Hollywood Hotel.
All right, thanks, guys. And, yeah, I guess it was Jeff Burton who had the nickname Rain Man because he had won 3 straight rain-shortened races. But actually, since 1990, Jeff Gordon has won a total of 4. That's the most rain-shortened races. But in this case, we won't have to worry about that because it's just a race that's carried over until tomorrow. And with good weather in the forecast, they should be able to complete all the laps necessary.
Yeah, if you go by what the weather map showed, we will definitely have clear skies tomorrow, and we should have a great racing. Again, another variable. The guys have been testing under the lights, practicing, qualifying. Now they got to run a race in the daylight. So the guys will be going back to the haulers right now trying to anticipate how hot's it going to be tomorrow. We talked about track temperature today, about 50 degrees. Well, tomorrow it may be back up around 70, 80, or 90 degrees if the sun comes out. So it'll be very interesting and exciting.
So the first night race of the year is not going to happen. It'll be a day race in Richmond or the continuation thereof after 66 laps with Dale Jarrett leading here. Thanks to all of you who stayed with us throughout this rainy evening in Virginia here on FX. Thanks to all the drivers who chatted with us and their crews, and to our production crew that worked so hard. We'll see you tomorrow, 11:30 Eastern, on FX from Richmond, Virginia. From all of us here, enjoy. Stay dry. We'll see you. FX welcomes you live to blue skies in the Richmond International Raceway, where the rain has stopped, and we're expecting a crowd of maybe up to 100,000, hoping to continue and conclude the Pontiac Excitement 400. Yes, the sequel. We're back by popular demand. It's a great way to kickstart your Sunday.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening. But they had expert timing. There was Funky Billy Chin and little Sammy Chung. He said, "Here comes the big boss. Let's get it on." We took the ball. Started swinging with the hand. Sudden motion made me skip. To a brand new trick. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening. But they did it with expert timing. Oh yeah.
Welcome to the Stacker 2 pre-race show, presented by Stacker 2.
And you're looking live here in Richmond at the best drivers of the world getting ready to battle it out Winston Cup style on this 3/4 mile track. And you see the cars ready to go. We're ready to go racing. There's a vacancy, though, in the Hollywood Hotel. We're down below in Victory Lane near Jeff Hammond's Ford Cutaway car, as we welcome you to the Stacker 2 pre-race show along with Jeff Hammond. Hi, I'm Chris Myers. Thanks for hanging with us through the rain last night. Today, we're ready to go racing. So are the drivers, so are the fans here in Richmond. And I think the rain cover has to come off.
It's time to go racing. Let's get the cover off. We got work to do, man.
I should have never quit my day job. And then, Jeff, take us through what the drivers and the crew chiefs are going through right now as they had a night to kind of think about the conclusion of this race.
Well, Chris, right now, a lot of guys have been talking about what can they do to their cars and what they can't do to their cars. Obviously, NASCAR will not allow you to make any adjustments on your race car. When the race stopped last night, they said, hey, guys, hands off. But this morning when they came in, they were allowed to plug the oil in, get it warmed up, warm the cars up, change the spark plug, as well as change the air filter because of the dampness in the rain.
All right, before we go through your checklist, let's recap last night because there were some cars on the track as the racing took place. So Ward Burton, who lives about 60 miles from here, one of 7 drivers from Virginia, started on the pole. Of course, the Daytona 500 winner. And you see he led through the first 62 laps. Matt Kenseth getting into it a little bit with Steve Clark, and then Kenseth and Jeff Gordon. Dale Earnhardt Jr., he was running 3rd, lost a lug nut, went all the way back to 13th. The reins came back out, and Dale Jarrett, who started way back at 39th, qualified 39th, was one of 4 who did not pit, and he's your leader today, 66 laps into this 400-lap race. All right, now let's run through, he's the crew chief, the checklist of what the drivers and the crew chief are worried about in their cars today, and I guess we'll start with probably the tire pressure, right?
Yeah, right now, tire pressure is one of the things that guys can change before the start of the race. NASCAR will allow you to go over there, so a lot of guys have been discussing, hey, let's take a couple pounds out of the rear tires to try to hook the car up. Sun's out today, track temperature is going to be up, so that'll be one of the first adjustments you'll do.
All right, well,
secondly,
the spring rubbers, you always talk
spring
about
rubbers.
that.
Here we go, right here, one in the left rear. In this case right here, if the car's a little bit too tight, we may pull this rubber,
all right,
free the car up a little bit.
Complete
some more
rubber
different
looks
ones
like.
right here. Also, hey,
wedge is
may make some wedge adjustment here. May see some guys come in on pit stops, make an adjustment here in the left rear or the right side or the track bar to make the car turn and rotate better.
All right, and finally on the Jeff Hammond checklist, brake adjuster. And why is that so critical?
You don't hear a lot about, but you use so much brake here at Richmond. When you go off in the corner, you're carrying a lot of speed.
Inside.
A lot of the guys are trying to balance their car into the corner by adjusting the brakes. As you can see here, if you crank it to the right hand, to right turn it, you'll put more rear brake in the car. The other way, you obviously put more front brake in it. Depending on how your car is working as far as loose or push, you may try to balance your car out by making those kind of adjustments.
Is there a driver or crew chief when you were in the garage this morning who felt better about what they were doing? And also that first pit stop will tell a lot.
A lot of guys are either telling me their car was going to play right into this kind of weather because a lot of guys were tight last night. They feel like this hot temperatures will be exactly what their cars need to get them freed up some. Some of the guys who didn't have the forward bite, a little bit loose, they may be coming into pit road early when it does become open to try to make some adjustments so they can get on top of this weather change early.
All right, yeah, the sun is out. It is getting warmer. They were tight last night. We were loose during the rain delay, filling and chatting and eating ribs with Darrell Waltrip and Larry McReynolds, but the weather created a lot of inconvenience and difficulty for a number of crews and drivers. Let's check with our Matt Yoakum to find out exactly who and how. Matt?